Good morning, everyone. You're welcome to this class. That's Rel 101. That's the course code. And the course title is Socio-Anthropology of Religion. This class is 2 EJET classes. I will be taking a part, and Dr. Shopo will be taking another part. Dr. Shokoto will be taking the sociological aspect of it and the socio-anthropological aspect of it. I will be taking the religious aspect of it. That is, I will be explaining the concept of religion in this course. And that's what we're going to start with today. I'll start from the beginning. And I want you to concentrate. This is a virtual class. This is not the usual classroom class. So you need more concentration. And if you have any question, you can just ask a question at the comment section. You can place a question at the comment section, or you send a direct message to me. You can DM me on WhatsApp number, which you will get very soon. So you are not losing anything in any way. You just ask your questions as you want to. You can ask your questions. You can place it at the comment section. You can DM the message to me directly using my WhatsApp number. So let's get down to business now. I would like to start with the definition of religion. I'd like to start with the definition of religion. Religion is a universal phenomenon. That's the first thing I want you to know. I want you to know that religion is everywhere. Religion is everywhere. When we talk about religion, it's not the same thing as talking about belief in the supreme being or believe in God. They are not the same thing. We have people that are atheists. Despite that they are atheists, that's concept, that's atheism, not believing in the existence of God, is a religion on its own. So that makes it a universal thing. Everybody believes in one thing or the other. So the belief system in something is religion. I want to examine the definition of religion now. As I've said, it is a universal thing, and because it's universal, so it is very difficult to define. It is very difficult to define religion. There have been several attempts to define religion. People have tried, scholars, philosophers, a lot of people, they have tried defining religion, but they have not been able to give a definite or acceptable definition for religion. It is the reason for this is not far-fetched. The reason for the non-acceptability of a particular definition as the definite definition of religion is not far-fetched. Religion as an institution established by God is a difficult thing to define. It is a difficult thing to define, and it is difficult to define because religion could be found in several aspects of human life. Scholars that try to define religion from how they see it, that's from the functionality of religion in their own field of study. The way a sociologist will define religion will not be the same way an anthropologist will define religion. It's not the same way a philosopher will define religion. It's not the same way a psychologist will define religion. So the way a psychologist will define religion will not be so, because of the fact that each scholar defines religion from the functionality of religion in its discipline of field, makes it not acceptable to other scholars, and that will make it very difficult to define. With this, you agree with me that despite the difficulty in divine or the challenges in divine religion is still relevant in all this field, and all the scholars accept the relevance of religion in their fields. So we'll try here to give some definitions given by scholars. We'll try to examine some of the definitions given by scholars before we go into how to solve the problem of or the challenges of the definition of religion. So let's start with examination of some definitions given by scholars and try to see the pitfall of this definition. So I would like to start with that of Patrick H. McNamara. Patrick H. McNamara. Now, this man, he didn't actually give a definition. What he tried to do is to explain why religion is difficult to define. To him, to try to define religion is inviting argument. Let me quote him, said, try to define religion and you invite an argument. To him, you making an attempt to define religion is you starting a soon to be escalated argument. People are passionate about religion, and because of the passion people have for religion, they argue about the definition passionately. So to this man, trying to define religion is inviting controversy. To him, man should not attempt to define religion. To him, it is controversial and not something that should be attempted. To him, it is a complicated subject and shouldn't be attempted. Man should just let it be. Alfred North Whitehead defined religion as what an individual does with his solitariness. That is, when a man is alone, what he does when he is alone, that is what can be defined as religion. One can see the problem or the challenge with this definition. Religion is what a man or an individual does when he's alone. Man does a lot of things when he's alone. There are things man can go to toilet when he's alone. Man can eat when he's alone. Can one call that a religion? That religion to me is too shallow to be acceptable or to be accepted as a working or definite definition of religion. With this, one can see why it is difficult to define religion. Though this man may be right, because when we talk about religion is a personal thing. That is, religion is a personal thing. Religion is the expression of one's honest. That is, it has to do with man and God. It has to do with the relationship between man and God. I think that's what he's trying to say. But that cannot be all what religion is all about. What about people that congregate together to express religion or to show the honest? Or that is, you all agree with me. There are religions that there are religious activities you cannot do alone. But this man is saying that religion is what an individual does when he's alone. So we cannot say that is an encompassing definition of religion. It lacks some ingredients that should make it a definition of religion. So from there we move on to another one, that of Harriet Martineau. She believed that religion is the belief in an ever-living God, that is a divine mind, and that will be ruling over the universe and holding moral relations with mankind. This definition is good. If you look at it, it's good, but there are pitfalls in the definition of this religion too. This definition sees God as a moral police. That is, what religion is all about is the moral relationship between God and mankind. That is, God is like a divine police monitoring the morals of mankind. That is not what religion is all about. Religion is beyond that. Religion is more than that. Religion is more than morality and man relationship with God. is more than that. There are other things involved. So with that, we have that is not too good enough. We have another one which says that the one by Rudolf Otto. Religion is that which grows out of and gives expression to experience of the holy in various aspects. This is a little bit ambiguous. It's ambiguous because it's not that clear about what religion is. To Otto, religion is what grows is an effect, or yes, an effect of a cause. That is, religion came to be out of expression. That it is the expression that give birth to religion. So what is saying that is the expression of our experience with the divine that brings about religion. He is right, but there are other things involved too that he has failed to cover. You will see why it's difficult. These scholars, they have given good definition. They have given definition from their own maybe experience or from how they view what religion will be. But this definition still lack some ingredients, still lack some elements. So because these definitions lack some elements, they are not acceptable. We cannot accept because they are not holistic. These definitions are not holistic, so it's making it difficult for us to accept them as a definition. Another prominent scholar, and Sigmund Freud, see religion as childhood neurosis. To Sigmund Freud, religion is childhood neurosis. Is a madness. That is insanity. That it is delusional. It's an illusion. To him, it's not something that is real. That was Sigmund Freud saying. So to Sigmund Freud, religion is delusional. Is a childhood neurosis. You can see that is not even a definition in the first place. Is a derogatory statement about religion, trying to say that religion does not exist. We have many. We have that of John Dewey. We have Karl Marx. Maybe we should take that of Karl Marx too. To Karl Marx, religion is the sire of expressed creature, a protest against real suffering. It is the opium of the people. That is the illusory sun which revolves around man for as long as he does not evolve around himself. To him, religion is the creation of man. That man created religion as a form of succor for his suffering. To him, it is a kind of cushion. Religion is a kind of cushion to cushion the effect of suffering on man. He even called it opium of the people. That is, it's like a balm to ease the pain of the people. When you say opium, we're talking about something like marijuana. You know, some people, when they take marijuana, they forget the suffering, they forget the bitterness and the suffering of the moment to later go back to it. So what he's saying is that religion is like a succor, a place of refuge for suffering masses. This has a historical background. To really understand this definition, one, we need to go back to the economic situation that of the class, the bourgeoisie and the peasants. The story behind this definition. To Karl Marx believed that the bourgeoisie, that is the upper class, are oppressing the lower class, and the lower class are using, they are the one involved in religion. That is, the higher class introduced religion to the lower class so that they will not revolt against the higher class, and that it's the opium of the people. Is what the people are using, the rich are using to oppress the poor. That the poor accept the situation they are in because of religion. Religion to him has overclouded their brain and is making it difficult for them to think right so as not to revolt against the rich. To him, it is a tool by the rich. To Karl Marx, religion is a tool which the rich are using to oppress the poor, to make the poor subjective and not revolt against the rich. I think we'll still talk more about this in sociology of religion. To Paul, let's move on. To Paul Tillich, religion is the state of being grasped by an ultimate concern, a concern which qualifies all other concerns as preliminary, which itself contains the answer to questions of the meaning of life. This definition too is very, very, very ambiguous. It's very ambiguous because it's not clear enough to really. It's showing the functionality of religion, just like Karl Marx is showing functionality of religion. And from what I've observed so far, when a religion is serving a purpose, when definition of religion is being used to explain a situation, it is not always adequate. It is not always adequate because it usually neglects some very important aspects of religion. So when a definition is serving a function, is serving a purpose, is trying to explain something, then it is not always clear. It's always ambiguous. Schmidt also gave a definition. This definition is not functional. It just gives us what it seems he thinks religion should be. To him, religions are a system of meaning embodied in pattern of life. That is, the pattern of life of a community of faith and a worldview of a group of people that are articulated with the view of sacred and what ultimately matters. That is, the worldview of a group of people, that's the system and the pattern of life is what religion is. To him, religion is a system. To him, religion is the system that determine the way people live in a community and their worldview and how these worldviews are articulated through sacred matters and ideas. So to him, to Schmidt, religion is a system. Religion is a system. And there is this funny one which says that religion is the price we pay for being intelligent, but not as yet intelligent enough. To this, that's Huxley, Aldous Huxley. To this, to this person, religion is being foolish. To him, when you are religious, you're a fool. That's how I can interpret it. That is, that religion is the price we pay for being intelligent, but not as yet intelligent enough. That is, to him, when you are intelligent, you cannot be religious. It's only a fool that can believe in religion, not be religious. That's what that is saying. So, through these various definitions, we've been able to establish that religion has been defined from various perspectives and field of study, and we've been able to establish that religion is a socio-cultural system of designated behaviors and practices and worldviews. So we cannot say there is one acceptable definition of religion. I'll stop there today with the explanation or trying to give different definitions of religion. When next we meet, move on to how can we now have a definite definition, or are we just going to be that way? What can we do? How can we get a working definition. What can we do to have something to hold on to? We should have a working definition, something we work with to explain this concept, this very important concept called religion. So we'll try to do that. We'll do that next. We'll do that next time we meet. We'll try to give a working definition of religion. Thank you.